script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see the #1 team in the country, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on a fellow ACC opponent, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Hurricanes will get us underway with the opening kickoff. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. So Georgia Tech's return team will have that offense backed up. And here he comes, guys, the man who makes everything go.
Everything in this offense is built around his ability. He's got such great field vision. He's got it all, Paul.
He is must-watch TV. Let's not get it twisted. People show up to this stadium. People are watching back at home because of this guy right here.
And the Yellow Jackets want to pick up the tempo. This conference has a history of getting wacky, and the last thing you need to do is get off to a slow start in ACC play.
And what does everybody talk about every year, right? Like conference games, how much they matter, the familiarity with everybody around you. You can only start this one time, so let's bring that energy, bring that momentum. Who wants to start the season off right?
And down he goes back at the 3.
Man, you talk all week about setting the tone, quieting this crowd. Don't let him get involved. You know how you do that? Get a sack and force a punt on the first possession of the football. It's a heck of a start for this defense.
Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. The Hurricane offense will get its first crack at it now. Here comes the offense on first down. Looking to move it through the air. Zings it complete to the right. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting...
A shot toward the end zone. Intercepted.
It's all about making plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his first interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Give to the back. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. Looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 28. They'll try to power their way ahead. At the 40, there he goes. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. Up-tempo for the offense. Leaves it with the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The Yellow Jackets racing to the line in a hurry-up. From the gun on 3rd down. Takes the easy completion. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I don't know about the play call there, guys. Third down, they're throwing it behind the line of scrimmage, seeing if this guy can do something once he has it in his hands, but a better job of pursuit and tackling defensively, now setting up fourth.
Nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. That is coverage just the way they designed it, and they've got him backed up. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Pulls and fires complete. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. They'll run this play from the pistol. Quarterback will audible. He leaves it with the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Listen, guys, this is one of the top 10 passing offenses in the entire country. Maybe they're trying to catch the defense napping by going goal line and running the football. Not a lot of success on that last play. Hey, bud, get back to doing what you do best. Throw the ball.
And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
On third down, he drops to throw. He's going for it all. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it.
Obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Off the RPO, complete. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
Man, you see so much of this in football now. Big body wide receivers, right? Guys that can run routes and box guys out. You want to play man-to-man coverage on me? I'll put my big body on you. You throw it near me, I'll make the contested catch.
Line getting set on second down. Movement here from the tight end. From the gun, running back on the move. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down. And the Yellow Jackets come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll throw it on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Cobb. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
This running back in the Miami backfield is deadly because of his speed. He's so elusive. You get the feeling like he could score any single time he has the ball. He gives the offense a lot of balance, but he gives them that home run.
Open runway ahead. Inside the 10. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds. And the Canes will try to put one on the board on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. After getting knocked back, it's second and goal from the 4. They'll run it to the left, looking for the touchdown here. And he is stopped behind the line, and that's how we'll finish the first quarter. How about these two running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter.
Miami, 0.
They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. He got it. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. He'll bring it out. It's Yang. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of bounce, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, probably.
And you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
Trying to get to it. And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Wide receiver coming across in motion. They'll run play action. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. The Yellow Jackets will punt it away on 4th down. He'll try to really get into this one. Fields the punt. Wants to make a play. He gets a block. The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display in that sweet return there. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part...
Looking for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Hurricane. With that last one, he now has 40 career touchdown catches.
I mean, he's just been a playmaker. This guy, they feature him. He's been in the end zone that many times because they can feature him in so many ways. They find ways to get him the football because Palmer, he always makes plays.
And he's always open even when he's not. Throughout his career, think about single coverage, double coverage, triple coverage. You're still throwing him the ball because he's going to find a way to make it happen. 40 TD catches. That is awesome.
The Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
They're going to ride this running back. Oh, the pirouette gets him loose. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the 1st down. Gets it out fast. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. And the Yellow Jackets in the hurry-up. Gets it out quickly. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the 1st down. The Yellow Jackets come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Here's a quick throw out to the left. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. And now on second down for this offense. Back to the air one more time. Escapes the sack. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. He'll do it himself. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Option football is about responsibility, but I can't give up my hand. I can't show him really quickly and make it easy on him. Good job by the defense, staying patient, defending all the options, stringing it out, making a nice play.
And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Everybody talks about getting off to a great start, but if you start building steam, David, that can work too.
No doubt, man, and sometimes it snowballs. But what do great teams do? Great teams respond. Struggled the first quarter, Palmer. They've done a great job rebounding and putting some points on the board.
You're right. I think they've started to identify the matchups that are in their favor. On this drive, they need to keep attacking, taking advantage of those matchups.
Offense in an empty set. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Going up top. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. And he's running in the open. Almost took it all the way there, but it's a huge gain, and they're set up with a 1st and goal.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver.
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Miami! Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. The kickoff team out there and ready to go.
That makes the score Miami 17, Georgia Tech 7.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now, and you score so quickly, it's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being you, keep being aggressive.
From the gun, running back gets the give. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. And the Yellow Jackets want to move quickly. They'll try the run. Still running at the 40. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the 1st down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. From the 33, it's 1st and 10. He'll pull it on the read. The ball is out behind the line. The defense scoops it up, and they're bringing it back. And a super return as he takes it all the way down to the 24-yard line.
How about the defensive line? You know what? They're so athletic, they might as well be called running backs. They were running backs in another life. Probably should be anyways. Look at how he scoops up the football, makes a play, chews up yardage, almost houses.
And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. To the air on 1st down. Running out of time here in the 1st half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
Running back searching for a hole. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. The Yellow Jackets will punt this one away. Makes the catch and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
He looks that one in nicely. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. A third down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. Looking to the big tight end. Serious arm strength on that third down pass, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, and third and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
Would have been a makeable 49-yard field goal attempt, but they'd rather try to keep the ball and move it on fourth and short. Desperately wanted to convert on fourth down, but couldn't do it. First down here for the offense. He's looking to throw it. Fires to the big fella. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
Trying to make magic on the scramble. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. He wants to throw. Keeps looking downfield. Short gain on the play before he slides. The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. He wants to pass it on 2nd down. It's complete. He threw that one with some serious heat. This senior quarterback doesn't need a lot of space to get it in there. And the Yellow Jackets have it with a 1st and 10. He's going to pass. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious. After the incompletion, here comes 2nd and 10 from the 32. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Georgia Tech!
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Showing the arm strength down the left side. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
I don't know how the defense allowed that guy to get so wide open. Obviously, he's got tons of speed. We know that. You've got to key on him and at least have 2 people running with him deep down the field. That time, that must have been a coverage bust because he was way too open.
The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Timeout, Miami.
Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Looking to go up top on 1st down. He rifles one deep down the right side. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Yellow Jackets will kick it off to start the 2nd half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They have the lead to start the third quarter, but I'd imagine ball security was a topic at halftime.
Yeah, and I think
Nothing but green ahead. He finally goes out of bounds, but you better check that laundry on the field. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Looking for a productive play on first down. They'll go to the ground. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
you want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Quickly out to the tight end. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient, most of the time, that drag route's going to come over.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. On second down, he'll fire. Fires toward the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Canes! How about that quarterback taking the shot downfield and delivering to the wide-open receiver?
I love this quarterback, Reese, because he's aggressive. He wants to take shots. He's looking for every opportunity to show off that cannon and that arm talent. He showed it to all of us right there.
Georgia Tech, 14.
And he'll bring it out of the end zone. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. The Ramblin' Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need to panic. This offense just has to put a couple drives together. And listen, the defense will get this back and get some stop follow and get you the football back.
And I think here too, David, you have an opportunity to keep the pressure on the opponent. Yeah, they just went down and scored, but you score here, and this game's still tight. You keep their feet to the fire, so an opportunity here to keep applying that pressure.
He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And the pass is intercepted. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
I'll tell you what, defensive players don't always see where the ball is. They see the receiver and they get to chase him, but really good job seeing where the receiver is, going and making an interception, making a big play, getting the ball back to your offense.
Looking to throw. Got it behind the line. It's Welsh. Touchdown, Hurricane! What a grab and go for the score. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? This dude is just slicing and dicing this defense into little tiny pieces.
Carving him up, completely comfortable, knows exactly what he's getting, had so much success today. You got to find a way to make these quarterbacks feel more uncomfortable. On
the move from inside his 5. Not nearly as much running room as he had hoped. He's out of bounds at the 13. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so it puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
And the Yellow Jackets come to the line in the hurry-up. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Fires into traffic, picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Tell you what, when you come out of your own end zone, in the shadow of your own end zone, a lot of bad things can happen. You want to kind of get a few first downs, get some space, so if you punt after that point, you can pin them a little bit deep. This is the exact opposite of what happened. Now you set them up in beautiful scoring field position already. Really bad play by the offense.
They'll throw it on 1st down. Quick completion on the out route. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a 1st and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. Love the way he didn't just run to a touchdown, Miami! And the punishment has been extended. The offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
38, Georgia Tech, 14.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. He'll keep it himself.
Offensively, are you going to take 4 to 6 every play? Yes, please. Sign me up for that. I'm going to take that every single time. Great job by the offense. Staying patient, staying true to who they are. You want to run the football. You want to be physical. You want to establish yourself. Check, check, check.
They're going to test that run defense to the right here. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating them up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Complete in the middle. That'll be enough for the 1st down as they stop him at the 43-yard line. The Yellow Jackets are moving quickly down the field. Quarterback on the keeper. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that option game can be tricky, right? But nice job by the defense playing assignment football. And watch the linebacker. You can tell. Locked in on the quarterback. Chases him down. Gets to him. And not only gets to him, doesn't let him break a tackle.
And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
You know, one of the things I hated as a quarterback was the blitzes from the inside linebackers, because those guys end up in your hip pocket quickly. It's really hard to step into throws when you've got inside linebackers bringing the heat.
Looking for a big gain. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. And the Yellow Jackets will send out the punt unit. They're up to a half dozen kicks today. Just needs a crack to get a return. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Got 3 on first down and 2nd and 7. They'll try it over the left side. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
Complete downfield. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that
touchdown, Canes! And the pummeling has started.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. One final play before the end of the quarter. The give to the left. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the third.
Second down coming up.
What a day it's been on the ground for these two guys, and they just seem to get stronger as the game goes along as we take a look at the numbers. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth quarter comeback. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. He's looking downfield to throw. Takes the easy one to the back. Smashes through.
You know, I got to tell you, as an offense, moving forward in this game, 3rd and long, you're going to have to push the ball downfield a little bit more. You got to throw to the sticks and give yourself a chance to convert these 3rd downs.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the looking to take a shot. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
And you got to wonder if this offense is trying to run the score up because they're blowing this team out. Here we are in the fourth quarter, and they're still taking shots. They're going to play until this clock reads all zeros.
He's loose. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
Man, it's go time for this defense now. I mean, you're down by a couple scores, and they're still making big plays.
Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Hurricane! And the beatdown has ensued. They build this fourth quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the league. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
The Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. Wants to throw on first down. They're bringing heat. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up.
Trailing this much in the fourth quarter, the offense is looking for an explosive play to try to ignite them and get them back in this one, but nothing doing. Nice job in coverage.
This time it's complete. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down.
That's a bang-bang play, 3-step slant. They rep this over and over in practice so they can go out and execute it on game day like that.
They'll try to get the first through the air. He's got his man. At the 45, on his way. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Quickly to the tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Still some work to do after that last completion at second down. He wants to throw it again. Swings it out to the flat. And he's just run out of bounds, maybe living to fight another day there. It'll be a loss on the play.
And listen, if I'm the quarterback, I'm trying to dump the ball off to my playmaker and make this a manageable third down. Get something positive. But how about the defense? Just reacting so fast, getting to the running back and getting...
And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets!
And this has been a rough day for this offense. And finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. You know, that's the way the coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, listen, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that and put some points on the board, so it's not all bad.
On the run from inside his own 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Trying to get behind the defense. Brings it in down the left side. Afterburners coming. Touchdown, Miami! And the stomping has commenced. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Marshall is down right now, but you simply can't rule out a comeback. Randy Moss had a hand in getting this kid to Huntington, so if he thinks the magic is there, who am I to disagree? They're trailing by 13 to Texas State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Catch open down the middle. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Clock is under 4 minutes as they come to the line for second down. He's looking to throw. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
You've got to love what you're seeing if you're the head coach of this team, because your defense is simply not resting on their laurels, and they're playing until there's zeros on the clock. They've got a massive lead. We're late in the fourth quarter, and they're still getting sacks.
Dances away to buy time. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Yellow Jackets will call on their punt team. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Makes the catch near the 50. Touchdown, Canes! And the route is on. Things a little more comfortable after that score, and much, much closer to a win here in Week 5. That return man saw daylight the instant the ball touched his hands, and he darted to it and took it to the house.
And Reese, I think it's one of the hardest things to do in football, to catch the ball as all these guys are flying around you, and you got to take it, make a miss, try to find spaces and creases that aren't there. Great job making a huge play. Special teams and punt returns coming up big.
And the returner is stopped. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Trying to find his man on first down. He makes the grab. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Get it out on the screen. And he delivers the blow, and he's still running. They make the stop, but not before the screen has hit him for a first down, and much more. Really good execution by this offense. And the Yellow Jackets come to the line with a new set of downs. Going up top on first down. Takes the easy throw in the flat. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Looks as if we have an injury on that last. Break to check him out. Let's go. Wants to fire on 2nd down. He's got it. All kinds of running room. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line.
And this offense has got to kick it in high gear now. Making a big play, that is great, but we got to go up-tempo. We got to go fast. We're trailing big in this ball game. We got to put a lot of drives together. Maybe
under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. The first down sack pushes the ball back for this long 2nd down.
And when I got a stud quarterback like they do, I'm going to protect him. I'm going to make sure that I keep him upright, because he can do some serious damage with this defense applying pressure and applying the hammer in this football game.
It's 3rd down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game, well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run the clock, take a knee, whatever you want.
No doubt. They're going to love watching this game film, too. There's just so many positives to take away from this, and this is the kind of performance today that is really going to help this offense's confidence.
He makes the connection. At the 35, he's got room. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
Man, this just starts to hurt your pride, right? You're down by several scores. It's in the fourth quarter, and they keep making big plays. This is something where you just got to buck up. You got to do something about it. You got to find something down deep and go make a play.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
And the defense has given up some plays, some passing yards on this drive. You want to stop that? Nice job rushing the quarterback, making him feel a little bit of pressure and getting him on the ground, and now getting him behind the sticks.
He's got it down the middle. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down. And at this point, the defense looks as if they've been in one of those dizzy bat races. They've got no idea where the ball's coming from. He's over 500 yards passing.
Yeah, this is a Heisman Trophy level performance from this guy. The accuracy, the decision-making, the athleticism, everything has been on display.
The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6.
Well, he does a really nice job buying time, and I love the awareness there, understanding no one's open downfield, knowing where the sticks are, and he's able to use his...
Touchdown, Hurricanes! And the punishment has been extended. They build this fourth quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. Like, I feel like we say this week in and week out, just continuing to remain undefeated. Whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams, they have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late. And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7. Hoping to find one that works this time on second down from the 7. He's looking to throw. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, back up inside their 20. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Miami!
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
Georgia Tech, 24.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. The Ramblin' Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David, but I'll say this. If you're...
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on third and long. The short hands, it's Cobb. Nice move there. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. The Yellow Jackets will line up to punt it away. Fair catch, called for and made. Offense getting set for first down. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Rifles it down the middle. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. A veteran in this defense stayed locked in on his rules and made the interception. And after this play, the cake will be baked. Comes out throwing on first down. Getting some heat. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. Offense gets set for second down. He's looking to throw. He wants a big play here late. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. And he takes the interception return out of bounds, and that's how we'll wrap it up. This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out. They